Oh, we're
Are we
live.
live? Yes, we're live. Hey,
We're
everybody.
live.
Welcome to another installment of Chuck's Captivating Chat. As you can see here, I have special guest, Anastasia Pavlov.
Pavlov.
Yes.
Yes.
And we were doing a show last week. We pre recorded, we did one of our famous walks through the neighborhood of Las Feliz. And we realized that it was the evening of the Met Gala. You taught me it's gala, not gala, gala. And we were
Gala.
like, darn, we should have done a live stream covering that. But here we are now. We're just going to do it a week after the fact because there's a lot of material to discuss.
Yes.
Don't you agree, dear?
We do agree. A lot of maybe manure that is going to get
Mhm.
scattered over the fields of nature
Yes.
to grow these gowns that we get to comment on
Because
today.
the theme of the gala was the Garden of Time. So let's just say there was a lot of fertilizer being spread that night.
In the Garden of Good and Evil,
Oh.
as we, in our fashion critique,
Oh
will
my
enter into what we're going to
gosh.
call gemstones and diarrhea.
Well, yes, and there was certainly plenty of that available.
Possibly channeling the one and
And
only
Joan Rivers. Yes, I could just hear her sing, oh, let me come back just once out of the grave, just once to cover these awful gowns.
Awful gowns.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, should we be a little more centered? You want to? Yeah.
Oh, can we be more centered?
Yeah.
Well, then well, if we do that, I'm going to have to lean in like this.
No,
but anyway,
you don't have to lean in.
Let's see if we can
There
figure
we
this
go.
out.
All right.
Well, let's see. How are we going to get this centered?
We're live and unfiltered.
We're live and
uncut.
unfiltered, and we're uncut too. Wow,
I know.
I had no idea. Anyway,
I am. I don't know about you. Maybe I'll need to see better with these. I don't know.
I don't know, but
I'll see better with this.
Yes. Now I bought that wine because I love the label. Now,
are we allowed to show the label?
Well, that's right.
We do not support this label.
Oh no, we do not.
We want to imbibe all of the label.
Though we got it from a place with the initials TJ's. But that's a good point. Can we show that label or not show part of it? Okay. Okay. Anyway,
none has been imbibed yet, I swear.
Oh, but trust me, our viewers will know once we start imbibing. They usually do. They probably suspect that we've been taking in something, but I promise we're stone cold sober right now.
Stone cold sober and fashionable.
So enjoy it for the moment while it lasts.
And ready to go and slay, baby. Slay
yes,
these dragons
slay
of misfortune. Oh, watch
misfortune.
out. Yeah, the dragons of misfortune in the Garden of Time. As I pull out my inner sommelier or som or dom.
Yes, because
or sub.
Oh, Dom. Okay. Well, I know we can't say where you work, but you do work in. Is it okay to say you work in fine dining?
I work in a fine establishment where
yes.
fine folks dine and imbibe.
So believe me, folks, when I hear things like, these are not the proper size glasses to be serving your wine. And I'm sure you will take one sip of this and go, I'm not drinking this swell because I'm used to finer things. I'm used to the $200 bottles.
Yeah, we need
not the ones that cost $4.99 at
we need Bordeaux stems for this, but we do not have them. That's we don't even have AP white, folks, and that's okay. That is all right. But my palate will survive.
Oh my, you brought your own wine opener.
I brought what we call a wine
Mine
key.
wasn't good enough. Mine wasn't good enough. Open that wine.
I'm just used to this, baby. Joan would have it no other way.
No other way at all, of course.
No. If we are going to trash these gowns,
you know something,
have to at least try.
One of the things I said to you this morning, when people show up at an event where they pay $75,000 a ticket looking the way they look, the jokes write themselves.
Yeah.
Truly. The material is there. And I have a feeling Joan Rivers herself discovered that a long time ago when she was doing red carpet coverage. Just say it for what it is.
Just call a spade, or how about a satin mushroom?
Oh, well, this is one of our first
entrance.
Yes, our first entrance.
Gala.
And as you can see, the manure had to be spread through that harvest. And it looks like the best of what she had to offer was harvested already, but
yes, was a poisonous mushroom.
Oh, a poisonous mushroom.
But also like a pearl and a clam, like one large labia.
Oh, you mean something that acts as an irritant that produces a pearl. So where's the pearl?
I think she pooped it out in the bathroom on the way there.
Because all I see is a big ugly zircon. But I mean, and I think of all the seed that had to be spread on that dress to grow all of that. I mean, did they have to prepare for these dresses like the Rose Bowl parade or something?
That definitely came from something cut.
Yes, I know.
Uncut.
And I thought they don't have to worry about grass stains on their knees either, do they? Puff, puff, as Joan Rivers would say. But anyway, is there any other thing you'd like to say about this frock? Other than
I think we're starting in good form.
Oh, so, we got material here with this creation, this piece of couture. This
emphasis on the P.
Yes, this piece of something.
Leave off the at the end.
Oh,
cheers!
Cheers,
to Joan, to all of you watching, whether it's now, later, never, or was it another place in time, or space before? Maybe we were there live at the Met Gala.
Maybe we were. But right now we're drinking out of uncouth, inappropriate, wrong size glasses. That are
like all these dresses is a metaphor, even though,
Yes, darling.
We're bringing our class as best we can. Cheers.
How is this to your refined palate?
Very cherry forward. Because we had just popped our cherry with the clitoral Rihanna.
Oh, is that Rihanna? Is that Rihanna? Oh, yeah. Oh, and look, I just saw the birds, all the little birds.
And the bees.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold this. This is a little hard to do. Hold a bottle of wine. I should have thought of the logistics here. But if you can see, she's got birds on her branches. So
and one large shit that's around her head.
You said it before I could say it. Yes.
It does look like one big
that's
bird
what I was just thinking. Well, yes, it does look like bird poop. And what else could you say about that dress?
Pass.
Pass. Okay. Pass. Oh,
all right.
Talk about here. Oh yeah, I don't want here.
We're finding this.
Talk about the garden of disearthly.
Oh wait, you have some notifications.
Yes, I know, darling. Okay, it's all live. The garden of disearthly delights.
Well, we were talking about the garden.
More manure being spread around to grow this orchard.
Gardens of good and evil.
Oh.
And of decay. It looks like in fall, right? All the leaves are falling. Well, they're falling.
I just want to chase after her with a weed whacker and a leaf blower.
And in constant decay.
Oh my goodness.
My leaf blower would have had a better time dressing.
Yeah. Something I've always wondered, how do you go to the bathroom when you wear dresses like that?
You go to the bathroom and it becomes part of the experience.
That's
of
right.
The dress.
Depends, of course.
Or again, you freeball it and you just let it drip down the sides.
Gross.
To add to the couture of the moment in the garden of time.
I think some subscribers just left us right now. but really, I mean, tell me, what else can you say about this?
My grandmother sewed better. That's for one.
Yeah. Yeah. You mean, do you think she made this herself on her own little Singer sewing machine? She got the McCall's dress patterns out of the attic, and she just
visited with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh, that's right. Of course, she had all the little birds and the deer and the squirrels, and making it for her.
In fact,
that's Cinderella. Isn't that what they did? All the mice got together and sewed the gown for her.
Cinderella as well.
Well, then that's how. We're going to say that's how she made this frock.
And then the chipmunk's tail became the hair. And then for whatever she didn't have, she went to Michael's and just found some,
Oh, you mean got a glue gun and some glitter and just started shooting rhinestones.
And just started unleashing her load and fury
in
the garden of decay that became her gown.
Mm-hmm.
Brava, my dear. Brava. I'll drink to that.
This
Thank
is
you.
hard to do, holding a glass of wine and doing this.
So
I know.
It's hard to do, just like it was
one,
for this woman to wear this.
I just have no words for this one. All these butterflies that suddenly burst out of their cocoon. Well, we know that butterflies start out as ugly little larvae in a cocoon, and they sit during the winter, and then the springtime out come the butterflies. And
there's so many butterflies there because they're trying to force poor Anna Wintour back into her cocoon. Sorry, Anna. She's like, I'm on my way. Look at this look on her face.
Well, yes, I would say maybe she had a few too many toots of something beforehand, or something that made her feel euphoric and fresh as springtime. And
I'm 90 going on 19. I swear, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Well, yes.
Here, can we do it like that? Oh, we can do it.
We can do that.
It looks better like that, though.
It does like that.
But we got that beautiful.
We got that beautiful ring light reflection.
But it kind of it is. I think she's a ghost of herself. She's trying to resurrect.
I don't know. Again, I look at her with all those insects. I just want to get a can of insecticide, and help that poor woman.
Yeah, she's resurrecting her inner skeleton.
Or better yet, get one of those big butterfly nets and just put it over her head and carry her off.
This is all for Joan.
Yes, for Joan Rivers. We're doing this. We're dedicating this show to Joan Rivers, the one, the woman that we miss every year when the Oscars come around, the Emmys, the Met Gala. Never is she more missed. Never.
Yeah.
Well, anything else we can say about this butterfly? This poor little butterfly.
Well, wings of a butterfly, but she stings like a bee. Maybe once she stings, then she gets to die. So.
Ooh.
This is that got really morbid. Another one bites the dust. Oh no.
Okay, I think I lost 10 more subscribers here. I can just see the comments now. This is in really poor taste. Really now. Is this necessary? Well, sometimes yes.
You're dusting off little Joan's bones here for the occasion.
Folks, we just get silly together. This is just us, and we thought, why are we just wasting this on the two of us? We need to be sharing this with the world so you can see the madness we have and the fun. And shall we see what's next? Oh, okay. I will leave the first comment to you.
To me?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, I did want to say in terms of...
Here we go.
Here we go. We're making space.
Trying to make space here.
In terms of...
endearment.
In terms of endearment, in terms of our dear and glorious Joan Rivers.
Yeah, when I saw this, I just thought, I think I'm going to be generous and let you have the first comment.
Warden of the Fashion Police, Joan.
Well, my first thought was she looks like, a Cabbage Patch?
Here you have it, folks. The Cabbage Patch Kid meets poster child for asparagus.
Yes.
On LSD.
Wait, doesn't asparagus make your urine smell really bad?
Exactly. That's how this is making me smell just looking at it.
I mean,
we're giving her a halo.
And we also know that cabbage, what that does to the digestive system.
It makes you shit out green that looks nothing too much.
Well, no, that's not what I was thinking of. I was just thinking something more airy and ethereal and green and
nothing too much
Yeah.
Less or more than whatever. Yeah. Oh, do you see the apples? Do you remember in Wizard of Oz, the tree that's throwing the apples? I think someone missed their calling.
Yes, somebody did. What can we say that? I mean, all I can think of is the theme is Garden of Time. obviously nature themes. I mean, is this supposed to be a freak of nature? An
She,
abomination of nature.
in honor of genetically modified organisms,
She loves nature in spite of what it did for her.
she grew large enough to catch those apples the tree in Wizard of Oz threw.
Couture by Miracle Grow.
Then she started to jump on the train with the monkeys.
Watch out for locusts.
Sacrificed her firstborn to the gods, and then became the other wicked witch. The house then fell on her.
Yes.
And out came this woman in this dress.
Oh.
And that is the rewrite.
Well, it looks like that
Oz.
dress definitely got fertilized beforehand. I'm just wondering, did they remember to trim their bushes before before they went on the red carpet? And I certainly hope that roots did not go and clog septic tanks or anything like that. Oh, where are we going with this? Okay. But I mean, that cannot be a comfortable dress to wear. I mean, can you imagine standing wearing that thing the whole night?
Well, provided that she is not wearing her underwear and fertilizing her gown.
Oh,
that's the only way this is going to work.
Oh my. Well, I mean, I have to say that gown is flourishing.
It's blossoming and buzzing, and maybe it's going to help capture some of those butterflies from Anna's dress.
Well, maybe it will.
I think that's the whole thing.
You mean like a Venus flytrap?
Yeah, they're all trying to attract each other so they
That's
can
what that
devour
is.
each other.
She's dressed as a Venus flytrap.
In one large Garden of Time orgy.
Yes.
Hey, we've gotten 1 like and also 1 person watching who dropped off.
Oh. and watch us. Let's aim for 0. Let's aim for 0. I can just imagine the comments we're going to get. We get unhinged when we get together, and when we have wine and we got cheese.
And I've had like 1 sip so far. The faces of the people in the background, they're just
they don't look very happy.
They don't look happy.
She looks about as miserable as I think anyone would be if they had to wear a dress like that all night long and stand. I mean, how can you even sit down in a dress like that?
Well, you can't. That's why she's naked underneath, so she can just be in the true garden of
Yes, her
Eve.
Eden.
Wow, my brain's really quick today.
Yeah, it's okay.
I wanted to call her the Garden of Eve.
Yeah.
That
and Cynthia Erivo. My first thought was she shouldn't have parked her car under that tree.
When they were repaving the street with tar. And some quinceañera next to them was throwing rose petals and pink petals.
Well,
for their 15-year-old.
Yeah. I mean, she's such a beautiful woman, but I guess that dress that's actually one of the better ones there, I suppose. Or
yeah, if the mariachi like cut up their tuxedo and then again rolled it through that tar and that street and those petals for that 15-year-old.
Yeah.
And then again continue to disintegrate it, deconstruct it, so that it became a fork-tongue little snake dress. Tuxedo.
Yeah.
Pants,
well, she is a striking
suits.
lady.
What is it? It's like 5 different things at the same time.
It is, and probably is 5 different things going on at the same time.
And it's Wakanda forever. I mean, she's
a great talent. I was watching a clip of her the other night on YouTube. It was at the Kennedy Center Gala for they were doing.
I'm going to say Gala.
Okay. It was the tribute to Dionne Warwick and Cynthia Erivo. Is that correct?
Erivo.
Okay. I'm so. Oh God, this is embarrassing.
Sorry,
this is where live is embarrassing. I should know how to pronounce her name correctly. I'll blame it on wine. But anyway, it's one of the I've had more than that. But anyway, it's one of the most beautiful renditions of Alfie I have ever heard in my life. Check it out on YouTube. Her tribute to Dionne Warwick, really beautiful. And she, of course, is going to be doing the movie version of Wicked. She's going to play Elphaba, the witch.
Well, we were just talking about Wizard of Oz and the witches.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, Cynthia is a gorgeous tiny sprite of a person. Oh, and she has did you see this? She has cockroaches and insects on her dress.
She has cockroaches and insects on her dress. Are you serious?
Yes. I just got out of control. Look at there's a grasshopper slash dragonfly.
Yeah.
That looks like a beetle slash sorry, I'm showing him, not you. But there's a beetle slash cockroach thing going on right here.
Yeah.
There is that looks like some type of octopus spider going on right there.
Yeah. It's actually,
she is in the garden, but again,
it actually is one of the better outfits. I mean, if you are going to dress like a meadow,
it's on theme. It's on theme. But yeah, she's a tiny, tiny little thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, no, you're not a little person. You're not a dwarf, Ms. Ervo.
I was just.
But go ahead.
I was just saying. I bet you. These women, their stylists and designers were saying things to them like, trust me, darling, you're going to look fabulous dressed like a field meadow. Take my word for it.
Again, who rolled in tar and quinceañera petals. But no, I actually...
Whatever it takes.
So one thing about Chuck and me is that we've worked in adjacent to the Hollywood industry for a long time. Mm-hmm. And we know a lot of folks, or at least have met them or worked with them in some capacity, who work in the Hollywood industry. And I actually have had the chance to work with Cynthia. So I worked somewhere once we were promoting Harriet. So she was the lead.
Oh, that's right. She was Oscar nominated.
Yeah, she was the lead in that movie. Obviously played Harriet Tubman. And the song, did it win the Oscar? The song that she sang at the Oscars that year from Harriet was also nominated for an Oscar. Because as a lot of you probably know, she's an extraordinary singer.
Yeah,
not just actress.
Absolutely extraordinary.
And I also sing, and I was so inspired by that song that I actually tried to, because I do sing gospel and blues. You can probably hear it in my raspy voice. Yeah. I tried to sing that song.
Is that why your voice is raspy?
Yes, it's because actually I'm the other wicked
witch.
A
story. That's a story she's telling. Anyway.
Yeah, but that I couldn't quite capture her range at all, because her range is
her range is extraordinary,
unbelievable.
I'll show you that clip later. It is so stunning.
Yeah. But long story short, when I met her, again, we were promoting, doing Q&As, some photo ops with her for Harriet, and in Hollywood, for where the movie was, for being considered FYC, for your consideration events, right? And it happened when there was this huge event in the news, and I was in an elevator with her and a couple of people escorting her off property, when we all got the news that Kobe Bryant had died, that he had been killed in that helicopter crash. It literally happened. We all got the alerts on our phone when I was in an elevator.
I was at work that day
with Cynthia. And we were all just dumbfounded. So I'll never forget that. It was when, promoting, helping her, promote her movie. God knows she doesn't remember me at all. But
that's quite a memory to have.
It was just such a specific moment when that happened with Kobe Bryant. And then also fast forward to COVID, I ended up spending a lot of time in Calabasas and in Malibu, where I'd hike in Malibu Creek State Park, and it's near where Kobe's motorcycle, good Lord, his helicopter went down. So it's something it's a memory I have and think about often. And then that song came out, and then I tried to record a version of it myself. And I think God heard how awful it was. And that's why he brought out COVID and shut everything down. I butchered Cynthia's song.
I don't think that's the reason. I'm sure your singing wasn't that bad.
Well, it was also because I'm Russian. I'm not white Russian. They actually call me Black Russian.
Oh, when you said Russian, I thought you meant you were in a hurry.
I was in a hurry. I was rushing.
Rushing. Okay.
No,
I know, but
the Russians are so racist, so they call someone who just has a little bit of Asian in them, like me, Black Russian. If you don't belong, you're considered Black, but it doesn't mean you can sing songs about people who were enslaved. So how about that? Even though I did sing gospel for years. So,
in all seriousness, she has a lovely voice.
But long story short, for some reason, he's giving this 2 thumbs up. I give this like 3 thumbs down. I think this is god fucking awful. Pardon my language. Pardon my French. Actually, let's just see. C'est vraiment la merde.
I mean, I like it, aside from the fact she looks like she parked her car under one of those trees in springtime with all the blossoms. You come out and your car is covered. Oh, yeah. I've heard that rumor actually, but anyway, I've had my car covered in pink blossoms like that. It's.
And this was the pink tuxedo mariachi semen dress, and we fucking loved it so much that Chuck gives it. Yeah. So what's our score? We got 2 thumbs up, down. I mean,
I haven't been keeping track.
Well, no, but like for me, it's 3 thumbs down, even though we're only using 2, and he's using, I guess, 2 thumbs up for that. But then, without further ado, Zendaya,
the toilet paper hat.
Zendaya.
Yes.
Another use for toilet paper, ladies and gentlemen.
I know. I love when people get creative like that. I mean, toilet paper flowers in her hat, or is that one of those hats left over from
Mary Poppins?
like a bridal shower where they make the poor a woman wear one of those hats with all the bows in it and everything and flowers.
Yeah, like from the movie Bridesmaids when they all shit themselves.
Oh, God.
Right? This is what they use to clean it up.
Scene. Where I worked, she and I used to work together, but this was long after she was gone. Kristen Wiig used to come in a lot. And,
no, she came in when I was there.
Oh, you were okay. Yeah, just a wonderful lady, very sharp, very intelligent,
beautiful lady.
Very thoughtful. But I talked with her a little about Bridesmaid. I just said that is one of the funniest films I've ever seen. That it was what she did. Usually gross out humor is left to men to do.
Yeah.
She let the girls have their turn where they got to be really gross and disgusting. Yeah. And that scene with Maya Rudolph in the $20,000 wedding dress, and she's out in the middle of the street looking like a dying swan as she is expelling diarrhea in her $20,000 wedding dress, and while the cars are going by, she looks like a dying swan. Yes. That is one of the funniest scenes ever. I should get that movie out whenever I'm in a bad mood, and I just need somebody to lift my spirits.
Absolutely. And that's again another reference to, I think, Joan had fashion police, like I was saying earlier. She was, I mean, we think of her all the time, but especially at moments like this for the Oscars and Met Gala, etc. She was the warden of this, enforcer, the Judge Judy, the judge, jury, and executioner. But I feel like this is instead of fashion police, it's our gemstones and diarrhea. Like,
I mean, we call it. We should trademark that.
Yes.
We came up with that term. Let's just say there was a period in our lives. If you saw the astrological joint chart that Joyce Petrus did for the two of us on her show, Mystic Souls Insight, I forget who has the ascendant and who has the descendant, but basically we parallel each other's lives. And there was this period, what was it, a couple of years ago, where we were going through one, those periods where you're getting some nice things happening and you're getting some really poopy dumpster stuff happening at the same time. Yeah. And one of us coined the term gemstones and diarrhea.
Yeah, in part,
and it sounded so poetic.
Well, it was in part because sometimes when you go through something rather intensive in your nervous system, and you're purging something, you're transmuting something, releasing something really big, really emotionally profound, spiritually profound, the body often responds by having diarrhea. That's a common side effect. And I would go through some type of healing session or release something, and then I would just have this terrible diarrhea. But then there would be these moments that were like gems, these little epiphanies, these diamonds in the rough of the crowd.
Were you passing those too?
That would come out, and in the middle, it's also, as I said, after the ecstasy, the laundry, like we'd have these moments of euphoria and release and joy after intense, almost abject cruelty, this guttural sadness, this depression beyond imagination and parallel, and then then would be just another day, another dollar,
another day in paradise,
including another day in a toilet, using this to help clean ourselves up.
When you told me that, you remind me of the story of I read this online or something. A man was proposing to his girlfriend, proposing marriage, and he had the engagement ring, and he had hidden it like in a piece of cake or something. And no, it wasn't she that ate it. The dog came and grabbed the piece of cake and gulped it down, swallowed the diamond wedding ring and everything. They had to wait 2 or 3 days before they could find the engagement ring.
And
And then I'm thinking, would you want to wear that? I don't care how much you disinfect and clean that ring, knowing where it's been.
Well, on that note, I'm going to eat this little slimy looking cheese that is very tasty because it's very much brie, but it reminds me of those semen flowers from earlier.
Okay, just lost a few more subscribers there. The comments, that really is not necessary to make comments like that. That's really in bad taste. You know, if you had class, you wouldn't say things like that. Well, yeah, you know what? We have class, but
we have high class and low class.
Yeah, high class and low class, because you know what? Those are just the polarities of life and being alive and just being real. So I forget what next I have on here.
Yeah, because otherwise we will.
Oh yes. I put this picture on here because there were some gate crashers to the Met Gala. Look at those exposed bushes there, and then there were
carpets match those drapes.
But there was also a celebrity gate crasher to the Met Gala. The mean apple tree from the Wizard of Oz just had to get in on the act.
Yep, whom we referenced earlier. Who's
are you saying my apples are no good?
Dress Rihanna.
They just have little worms. Actually, I think the mean apple tree had the best couture of the night.
I was going to say, who wore it better, the apple tree or Rihanna earlier?
Oh, the apple tree. The apple tree. No, hands down.
He's definitely not GMO like that.
Oh, no, I don't forget what's next on here. Oh, this. My first thought was, how many rolls of Reynolds wrap had to die to make that gown? I bet she could get really good television reception with that gown. Oh, that aluminum foil.
And no one would smell her farts underneath.
Well, no, because it would keep everything nice and fresh. And
then if she went near any type of fire, she'd explode.
Well, Reynolds wrap, it's oven tempered for flexible strength. And I mean, you can put lemon juice in it and put baked potato. You can put a baked potato in that gown, put it in. Well, you can't put it in the microwave because the microwave would explode, but you can put it in the oven.
More entertainment for the evening.
Well, yes. And also she looks a bit like, remember Jiffy Pop?
Oh, yeah.
Do they still make Jiffy Pop?
I think they do.
Yeah. I mean, this era of microwave popcorn, I wasn't sure, but Jiffy Pop, where you'd have this pan you put on your oven and then this big aluminum foil bulge started coming up and then it would explode and then there would be all this popcorn inside. And Michelle Yeoh is dressed as a Jiffy Pop. Or is she a baked potato? What do you think?
I'm feeling more baked potato because remember we have a lot of cream too throughout this event. So she'll be right at home. And there were chives on some of those dresses.
Yes.
And the garden insects, right? Which come join later.
Yes. But
and again, the garden of
time.
Orgy that
can you imagine being encased in all that aluminum foil? I mean,
it would be extremely hot and potentially deadly.
Yes, I suppose so.
So hopefully she has an air conditioner under there. Or maybe the Seven Dwarves. Remember,
who knows what these women had underneath these gowns?
Who they have underneath these gowns?
Oh yes.
And mind you, she's wearing. It looks like she's counting her steps as well. She's wearing like a little Apple iWatch with just a very. Speaking of class, we're mixing the high and the low brow. This is just like a lime green little wristband.
It looks like a swatch.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's probably an iWatch.
It literally looks like.
You're right. She's probably checking her pulse
before she passes out.
And her how many steps she's taking, and for all we know, she might even be watching a movie. Everything, everywhere, all at once. You know.
Yes. Which, speaking of class, every class all at once here with you, from high to low to everywhere in between, because such is life. As for example, as though we don't know that these people are just normal people. Now, some of them do
Normal?
dress a little
Are you
bit
sure about that?
fancy in regular life, but when these people aren't getting duped by their stylist to wear garbage
Pranked
like this,
by their stylist,
pranked to wear a trash bag made out of Reynolds wrap.
Trust me, darling. Wear this trash bag. You are going to look so très chic. Trust me. Have I ever let you down? Have I ever let you down before in the past? Wear this trash bag.
You will never be needing for work again.
Wear this aluminum foil. Yes. Go dressed as an apple orchard. I mean,
it's avant-garde.
Oh, is it avant-garde?
Oh, nice pun.
Yes.
Puff, puff, puff.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, a lot of these folks when
actually,
go ahead.
I gotta say, as bad as the dress is, she's beautiful. That woman is 61 years old.
Oh, she's dropped it.
Just won a Best Actress Oscar last year. She was just awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom about a week ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't want to just totally trash everyone.
But she is wearing a trash bag.
Yes, she is wearing an atrocious dress, but she's a fabulous lady.
Trasher. But speaking of highbrow, lowbrow, and eyebrows and the unibrows and everything else in between with high class, low class, whatever, and being vulgar but being, avant-garde, très chic, high fashion. When folks are, because Chuck and I have worked with a lot of celebs. Yeah, when they're just walking out and about. Yeah, some of them have some good fashion sense, and it's kind of
and some of them, my God.
I think so. Actually, I think some of them are so sick of having to play dress up for a living and wear whatever the fuck this is, that when they finally just want to have a day where they come and buy a smoothie or they buy, their groceries or whatever, they're just they wear something like plaid with a stripe, swim. I saw one gentleman wearing drunks into our store runs.
Let me tell you,
not giving any fucks.
Well, let me tell you, there was one morning, because we had to open at 7 in the morning, and this was actually a Sunday. It was about 8 a.m. Jodie Foster, I'm naming names here, but Jodie Foster came in wearing an overcoat over pajamas to pick up a juice. And no makeup or anything. I mean, bless her soul. Bless her soul. I love Jodie Foster, but yes, she came in her pajamas.
So this is why, for those of you, it's in such poor taste. No, believe me, we've seen it all.
We have.
We've seen what these people
what
they wear.
She's a native of Los Angeles. I've lived in LA for 39 years. We both have encountered literally hundreds of celebrities, so
thousands at this point.
We have stories to tell,
and tell.
But I was going to say what you said about people wanting to be casual. I was very good friends with the movie actress Evelyn Keyes. She was a big glamorous movie star back in the 1940s. Yes, she was in Gone with the Wind, but she was a glamorous star in the 40s. She and Rita Hayworth used to get their hair and makeup done every morning at Columbia together. And when I knew her in her latter years, in her late 80s, she wore sweatsuits all the time, just jogging tracksuits, things like that, no makeup, hair undone. And she just said, you got to understand something, Chuck, my whole life, I had to dress. I had to do all that makeup, all that stuff. You couldn't leave your home unless you looked perfect.
Camera ready.
I'm retired. I'm done with that. I'm tired. I just want to be comfortable in my life right now. Yeah. So anyway, I just thought to throw that out. That is valid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, I forget. What do we have on here next? Oh, okay. My caption of that is, nobody knows I just passed gas. What would you like to say about that? That's actually not such a bad dress.
So in truth, the duck face, though. I'm sorry. God.
Well, it's like I said, she has that passing gas look on her face.
I don't know who this is.
I don't know either.
It looks like if Charlize Theron dyed her hair black and then had aged to age 75 and then had so much plastic surgery that she was trying to again look 45.
Well, it's a good thing you don't know who her name is.
Doubt that she
might sue us.
35 in truth, but the plastic surgery,
it's
really aggressive, and it gives her the look of constantly Oh, oops, I farted. But with that said, that's obviously we don't need too much to make ad hominem attacks against these people.
Yeah.
Too much. You leave that to Joan. Well, she's doing it through us.
She's doing it through us. That's our story.
That's our story.
Joan
We're
Rivers
sticking to
is
it.
channeling all of these wicked comments to us right now. It's not us.
It's
We're
not
actually
us.
we're actually very sweet, good-natured people. We read our Bible and go, but
We
anyway,
pray all day.
what do you see there?
But here, in truth, thus far, this is my 2 thumbs up dress. This dress is fucking gorgeous. It is to die for. I love the little hints of, like, I'm gonna get very sincere and real now.
Yeah,
Not
that
a
is a
snarky
beautiful dress,
bastard.
actually.
There are little hints of metallic coloring in this. You see the sort of floral type rose patterns that are in there, but it's very abstracted.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Pam.
Hey, Pam.
She's late to the roast.
You're late to the roast.
And perfectly on time.
Hey, we're happy to have you here. I think you're our only viewer right now.
Yeah, we lost everyone in the fart jokes. But in fact, speaking of fart jokes, there's a man here who noticed that she just passed. Oh shit.
Oh, okay, here. Where did the dress? There's the
right
dress.
Here.
There's
a man. I got it. There we go. There's a man here who noticed. Look at the look on this guy's face. He's like, oh shit. Yeah, she just farted. Oh man.
He's thinking she's taking this nature thing a little too far.
Yeah.
With the methane passing and
the
greenhouse gases.
Gas effect of the cows.
Yes, and we do mean an emphasis on the greenhouse gases, but it is a beautiful dress.
Yeah, I love how it's abstracted. I mean, I love to
It's actually the way she incorporated the rose. It's actually, dare I say it, tastefully subtle.
Unlike us.
Yes.
It is Ross Matthews. You are right.
Yes. But I mean, you've seen the dresses thus far. I mean, have you heard us once use those words tastefully?
Hence our
subtle
own
and
tastelessness
and restrained.
Yes, honey, we are just reflecting the tastelessness of the dresses. That's and poor taste. Well, exactly. Look at the shit we're looking at.
I know. Oh my God.
But this is Cynthia Erivo or Erivo. We need to look up how in the heck to pronounce your lovely name.
You say Erivo.
I say Gala. Yeah. Arrival.
Yeah.
Anyway, he loved that. He gave that 2 thumbs up. I gave it 3 thumbs down. I give this 2 thumbs up.
I'll give that 2 thumbs up. Yeah. Also, that is a beautiful dress. It's just.
But we also have to award the worst dress of the night. But we're not there yet.
We're not there yet. But now this dress, I couldn't tell if those were flowers or bullet holes. What do you think? And don't you love the tinfoil on her head? I mean, the way she can pull in television reception.
She's trying to channel the Tin Man. Speaking of
oil can.
Yeah.
If I only had a heart.
Yeah. I don't know. Right when you said bullet holes,
I feel a beat.
It
feels sweet.
Did anyone see Love Lies Bleeding? I mean, this is like. They're like little portals of blood all over her dress, into which you could dive to arrive on the other side of Oz. Basically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she also looks like something from Metropolis or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is like, I don't know what to make of it.
It's chicken pox.
Is that what it is? Okay, well then.
Infected and bloodied. Oh my God, it's so disgusting.
Oh, now you've taken my appetite away to eat any cheese. But I guess you're right. And what else can we say about that? It's
if you take off this portion right from her waist
then
down,
she'd be indecent.
And I'd rather see her in some beautiful fishnet underwear, stocking, something. Take off the hat. Everything else is quite good.
But so basically you're saying the only thing good about that dress is the midsection. that basically looks like a cheap leotard you get at Target that's got a metallic finish or something. But
yeah, because then she'd just be ready to jump in a pool and come with me to a summer outing. And we'd crash we'd say goodbye, Met Gala.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Because meaning take all that off. It's good and not appropriate for anything except going to a summer vacation with me.
Mm-hmm.
In Palm Springs.
My dear Lord. Dear Lord, where do we start on this
Well,
one?
the Cossacks in Russia would like their mascot back, first of all.
Yeah.
Yeah, Putin is calling, honey.
And I mean, it's like it's like I'm thinking of the time my sister's dog ate a bunch of
LSD.
of colored markers or something, got into these colored markers, and then throw up all of this Technicolor. Literally, it was like Technicolor vomit all over the carpet.
It's also like the Queen of Hearts on LSD mixed with the Russian soldier.
But it's like a vomiting of Technicolor. It's just like.
But you see, like she has the eye makeup in this is very much like, you know, Alice in Wonderland, Queen, like the Queen of Hearts here, or like, you know, them in the cartoon, the men who were dressed almost like playing cards. You know, they had a very similar look.
Yeah.
I mean, I like parts of it. I like the colors. I don't like the colors altogether, and
especially not all together.
Especially with
it's
the
too much.
Boots and the hat.
No.
How is this the Garden of Time?
How is that the Garden of Time? It looks like the clock got set back or something. I don't know. That is the Garden of Time. I think there were a lot of people who just took poetic license with that and did their own thing and said the hell with it. But
yeah, she found a time when.
Well, I guess I can see a garden theme there, floral.
Through the rabbit hole, of LSD. She was on drugs, or clearly her stylist was when they picked this monstrosity.
The lesson there for stylists is don't mix cough syrup with gummies and vodka. That's what happens.
That's exactly what happens here. You get transported just through a rabbit hole with Queen of Hearts and
with an emphasis on rabid. A rabid hole.
And also
like foaming at the mouth, rabid.
And also a black hole / portal / anal cavity opening. The top of her hat's like an anal cavity.
Oh, so it says here, it's oh, yeah, it was Pam said this, like the Nutcracker.
Yeah, the Nutcracker threw up and took her back to Russia.
Well, from the look of her face, I would say she's definitely a Nutcracker. But anyway,
wow.
What?
Like a ball buster? Is that what you're saying? Or
well,
what?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. I can just see the comments I'm going to get for that remark. But yeah, but I just mean she has that very tough, no nonsense, don't mess with me.
Well,
don't think about messing
you know
with
what?
me.
It's like, don't mess with me again, stylist. You're fired.
Yes. Oh, I have a feeling a lot of stylists got fired the next morning.
Number one.
This
is not funny.
Feeling the next morning, a lot of stylists got fired.
And number 3, this will go up in a blaze of glory in your front yard. All $50,000 worth of this dress.
In a bonfire. That's the most appropriate thing, is burn these
After
things.
I reenact Bridesmaids and take a big fat shit in it, you motherfucker. That's the face that is the ball busting face she's going on right here.
Oh God. But yeah, all these women who got pranked by their stylists. oh my God.
But wait, did Rihanna have 3 outfit
costume
changes?
No, but good God. It's like she raided the downtown flower market. You know, down in LA, they've got this place where you can get wholesale flowers. They sell them. It's like she raided every shop in downtown LA. She's wearing every single flower.
Yeah, but while not forgetting to stop.
And then she went to Trader Joe's and bought all the flowers there.
Yeah, but while not forgetting to stop by all of the
that's it.
The toilets on the way out, because it looks like she, you know, like how you pick up toilet paper on the bottom of your shoe. It's like that plus all the flowers. Oh no, I think I still need a few more. Oh, it's just heavy wearing all this. I'm really overwhelmed.
Well,
I need to go take a break in the bathroom again.
If I were dressed like that, I'd be afraid a dog would come and lift its leg on me. And what do you think of those stockings with all the red lines? I mean, does she have like blood poisoning or something?
She's trying to keep it all together.
Oh, she's trying, but it's not working.
It's like compression socks that they tried to make sexy. It's like her stylist was in the old age home.
And that look on her face, like, what do you think she's been inhaling too many of those poppies? Poppy. Puppies will make them sleep. Puppies. Puppies.
Fun fact, my great-grandmother was an herbalist from Russia and actually used to grow poppies.
Mm-hmm.
And they do make you sleep real good.
Oh, yes. That's allegedly what they do.
And I'm pretty sure that her, just like my great-grandfather, was drunk on poppies, high on heroin.
Can you do the face?
When he made that dress.
Oh, my God. She looks like the Rose Bowl parade float exploded. I mean,
yeah, except she's still constipated and she hasn't exploded enough and gone in enough bathrooms to pick up enough toilet paper to wash away her sins of this dress.
Yeah, but I would imagine they had her between two marching bands going down Colorado Boulevard in Pasadena, and I can just hear color commentary from Stephanie Edwards.
Yeah, even the woman wearing a dress that looks like Elmo got shaved. Do you see that? Elmo's beard is behind her.
Tickle me, Elmo.
Even that looks better than this monstrosity here, this horror show.
I remember once. This is so bad. I was with a friend and we were going through the toy section of Target, and they had all these Tickle Me Elmos on the shelf. You know, where you press the foot. Was it the hand or the foot?
Is it the belly?
You press something and it goes like, and I went and I pressed every single one. So there's this whole shelf of Tickle Me Elmos.
So naughty.
So
my God.
Now, well, let's see.
Dan Levy, where we want to start?
You want to start with Dan Levy? Well, trick or treat. I hope he got lots of candy.
He looks like a. Oh my God.
I mean, yeah.
A transformer that made love to a bird.
And he looks so happy, doesn't he? Doesn't he just look so happy to be there? And don't you love the military combat boots with the whatever that is he's wearing? I can't figure it out. Can you? Perhaps we should show people. What is he wearing?
I'm just in
shock.
Yeah.
Dismay.
Joan.
I mean, come on, a gay man who can't dress better than that. I mean,
you heard it here
come
first.
on. And then
he's also back. Remember, we started this with the woman who was wearing the shell, the sort of, the gritty pearl shell that she left in the toilet, but kept the labia looking shell. Why do his shoulder pads also look like blue labia?
Well, and again, he looks like a parade, like a float in a parade.
And the garden that time wanted to forget.
Yeah, thank you. And then we've got this frock. Now tell me, what do you? Well, first of all, she has as you can see, she has a heart on the front of her shirt. And what can we say about
she's keeping with the Russian Bolshevik theme from earlier. Remember our Cossack, the woman who looked like the Queen of Hearts, fucked Putin or something. Remember the famous Russian woman who used to have sex with horses? So
Catherine the Great.
We're keeping the theme going.
Catherine the Great, yes, allegedly had relations with her white stallions. But that one, first of all, is that her shower curtain she's wearing?
Yes, and her grandma's duvet. Yes. Uh-huh.
Well, no, isn't that clever?
Yeah.
Grandma's duvet and the bathroom shower curtain. No, I think that's actually resourceful.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, we got to give her points for that. And and also, are those like alien eyeballs poking out of her chest?
Out of her tits, yeah.
Yes, it's like, what is the message there of Garden of Time?
She's
Garden of Slime. I mean,
she's hoping that someone will come save her. That's why she has the long hair. She's like, please, somebody.
Oh,
well,
she needs saving.
She's dropping the hair out the window for
Prince
Charming to come crawl up.
ASAP. That woman is in
tear
trouble.
This dress off her.
Oh, it's already been torn off. It looks like. I mean, it's just.
I think that's I think this is the Garden of the Time orgy, because really everyone just can't wait to tear these fucking dresses off so they could just get down to dirty business, because that's really what it's about.
Is that what Is that what you?
Fecundity of nature. Yes.
Is that what you get for your $75,000?
Yes, you get a great big orgy.
That because they don't allow cameras in the Met Gala.
We figured it out, folks.
We have figured out what goes on inside there. That's why everybody wants to go there.
Very Kubrick-esque, right? You wear something that's just shameful.
You wear the most atrocious thing you can possibly wear, and then have somebody rip it off of you and
burn it in front of you.
Burn.
And so nothing to see here. There's just a flame blaze of glory as we're off in the back.
Oh,
doing God knows what. Like,
God only knows.
Not just doggy, but horsey
what.
style.
Okay. Now, was there anything else you want to comment on there?
What the flying monkeys is this? Speaking of flying monkeys from Wizard of Oz, the little green man there.
Well, that is.
I think the green man wore it better than Dan. What do you think, though?
I think just about anybody wore it better than Dan. You know what that looks like? You know those Halloween costumes you buy in cellophane bags at CVS pharmacy?
Yeah.
That look. The only thing missing, he needs one of those plastic Halloween pumpkin things you carry to put your candy in.
Yeah, it's very Frankensteinian. It's tie-dyed. It's another stylist on LCD. On LCD sound system with LSD, with vodka, with gummies, and then a little MDMA.
Would you think
that happened?
Dan's homage to Schitt's Creek with an emphasis on Schitt's Creek?
With an emphasis on just shitty couture.
Oh, yes.
If it went in the direction of the throat chakra, which is very blue. So he's speaking his truth here, folks.
Oh, yes, I guess so.
The green man wore it better in that one.
And you got to show them. Okay. Grandma's quilt. He's wearing grandma's quilt. Or it's one of those Afghan comforters you put on your couch. You have a little crystal candy dish with all these hard candies in it, and the whole house smells like Woolworths dusting and rose-scented perfume
and cat pee. We hope they got all the pee out of this quilt and dry cleaned it mighty well before you had to put it on.
But I think it's a wonderful homage to his grandmother wearing his grandmother's quilt for the night. Now, as far as that lady, yes, Morticia.
Yeah, because she's in mourning, having to stand next to this fucking pumpkin.
You said it better than I could have. I was trying to figure out those widow's weeds she was wearing. That's it. That's her theme with the garden. Widow's weeds.
Yes.
Polo's weeds.
It's what the spider devours and then spins into its web later. But it eats whole.
Mm-hmm.
And we all just have to live in the misery of the moment of watching it transpire before. It's kind of like what we're looking at is what's in the spider's guts. It's all like coalescing so that it could be spewed out.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a fun word.
Well, I never realized that couple, they look like they were just made for each other. Everything just
literally, it was made on a sewing machine, like right behind the stage, just 5 minutes prior. It was like, Grandma, we were getting quotes, are we?
Yes, we are. Thank you, Kate. Loving the fashion police snark.
Yes.
Well, we love giving snark.
It's our gemstones and diarrhea. Show.
This is, you know what, folks? This is the show we wanted to do. We did a live stream when the Oscar red carpet coverage was on, having all kinds of technical difficulties. Like I have a nice big screen TV. I was going to have the red carpet behind us while we talked. YouTube must have some sort of censorship thing or copyright things, because my television showed up completely blacked out. It would not show the coverage. So we had to sit here and just describe what we were seeing. And it's fair to say we were literally praying there was going to be some really horrible couture. And darn our luck, there was nothing really that bad. Yeah. Well, let me tell you, the Met Gala has made up for it 10 times over. Well, the material it has given us for this show.
Yeah. If only they could have found better material to make the dresses.
Yes.
They made the material for us.
I think taking garden leaf trash bags is so inventive, and the things you can do with fertilizer and
toilet paper rolls
and mulch and
dying trees.
Come on, that's dying trees,
root
rot. I mean, that's creativity. Now that's genius on the part of the stylist. You must admit that.
Yes.
Okay. Now what's our next picture?
Don't forget the quinceañera petals, the mariachi band look. But now
the coup de grace.
Oh,
My personal pick, and I have a feeling you will agree with me on this, the most ghastly, god-awful, horrible atrocity of the entire evening. Show it to everybody. Dear Lord. First of all, isn't that the kind of material you use for toilet seat lids and bath mats? I mean, and I didn't know they made acrylic bath mats in that color anymore. I haven't seen that since the
yellow.
Yeah. And then I thought,
speaking of pee,
and look, not only did she use the toilet lid cover and bath mat material, she took down her shower curtain. Now, how Scarlett O'Hara is that to pull down the shower curtain drapes?
And resourceful, speaking of nature.
And wear them. And look at that. The necklace from the 99-cent store. Now, I think that's a cute touch. Now, tell me, what would you like to say about this frock, this Tweety Bird frock?
Big Bird wore it better.
Yes,
I think she like how Elmo was shaved earlier. I think this is Tweety Bird's beard. And again, thank you, Kate. This is very much channeling Joan Rivers' Police Academy. Well, it's kind of like Police Academy, but fashion.
Oh my God! But that is just so hideous. That is just like,
and the little prostitute bralette.
Yes, yeah, you got to throw in a little Fredericks of Hollywood in there.
Yeah,
but I mean,
and then the sort of
it's like, now this is where I devoutly believe that these women, they're stylists, they're publicists. This is their time to have a little fun with their clients and prank them and go, trust me, darling, you're going to look fabulous in this. Have I ever let you down? You're going to look so chic. You're going to be on the red carpet and everyone is going to be talking about you the next morning. Yeah.
Wondering why you didn't choose the dress that looked more like diarrhea versus urine, because this one is a complete fail. Speaking of gemstones and diarrhea,
that is
because this probably looked like a gemstone next to the other dress. So that's how the prank happened, folks.
Are you in agreement with me? This is the worst dress of the night. Or do you have one you think is worse?
So that now, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, since we've now gone through all the atrocities that we can just quickly do why don't we do a little run through?
Okay.
Of everything.
I think I've spoken my piece.
So just so yes. So we have the pearl on the half shell.
Just that little irritant that creates that pearl.
Yeah, that cum labia.
And as you can see, she's got seed all over the front of her dress. And obviously a lot of manure was needed to fertilize that. And it looks like her garden was harvested a little too long ago. And the best was taken.
Yes.
But,
yeah. So
Couture by Miracle Grow. I mean,
that's the best one. Yeah. So we're recapping, folks.
And I did say someone should chase after her with a weed whacker, but
which is the best comment too, one of the best of the night.
And a leaf blower.
And a leaf blower. My leaf blower word better actually. But yeah. So and also if you're here and you want to vote, so we've got we've got this one, and then we're gonna go to. Then we had this one. This is speaking of root rot.
Watch out for locusts.
Yeah, right.
I want to chase after her with a can of insecticide.
Yeah, you're going to probably have to sacrifice your firstborn after this one, because this is one of the plagues that's about
Mary, quite how does your garden grow?
Yeah, with chipmunk tails and possums, nails. And many Michaels.
I think her garden has been weeded. Yeah, there's been some serious weeding going on there. And then, Anna with the butterfly.
The butterflies are trying to get
her larva out of the cocoon.
Yeah, but the butterflies are trying to get her back in the cocoon.
Yes, go after this woman with a net.
Yes.
Put a butterfly net on her and take her away.
Please take her away.
But look, she's losing her petals, losing her butterflies, or
losing her marbles,
or is she just infested with insects?
I think that's why she is. She's infested. It's going up her crotch, and she's like, "Whoa!"
I was just going to say there are special shampoos and things you can get for that. But anyway,
fix this problem of the 90-year-old going on 9 here. Woo!
Yeah. Yes,
or 19,
and you just know she's there thinking, "Don't I look fabulous? Don't I look wonderful? Don't I look chic?
It's like a girl with the big cane. They're like, take her off stage, boys.
Well, I mean,
with the net.
all I can think of when she chose that, was she legally blind? I mean, it's just like,
I think she is, hence the glasses.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
okay, you want to go in the other direction here? Oh, and here's the Cabbage Patch doll.
Yeah, the GMO asparagus plant.
All I can think of is what cabbage does. It induces a lot of gas and
a lot of gas
flatulence
and diarrhea.
Yeah, and oh,
Yep.
Cabbage Patch.
My little Tootsie Roll Pop.
A
I'm
Cabbage
sorry.
Patch doll gone wrong. Do you remember back in the 80s when people were fighting for Cabbage Patch dolls?
Yeah, I was not allowed to have a Cabbage Patch doll.
There were mothers literally, this was on the news, mothers literally trampling each other in department stores trying to get the last remaining Cabbage Patch dolls.
Yep.
And
well,
hey, that one, throw that one back on the shelf.
Tickle me Elmo.
Yeah.
Tickle me Cabbage doll.
But also, as we pointed out, look how miserable she looks. Can you imagine having to stand like that all night long, not being able to sit, not being able to go to the bathroom?
Again, she's going to the bathroom in her pants so that she can keep annoying
they're called Depends.
Yeah.
Get back into the swing of life.
Yeah.
June Allison.
Yeah, I think she probably dropped her Depends on the way to the event, because I think
she dropped something.
Well, she what she dropped was her common sense, but she did.
That was good.
Thank you.
That was good.
Thank you, Joan. But she did welcome, remember Wizard of Oz, the apple tree wore it better.
We're out of the woods. We're out of the dark.
Because she literally caught one of his apples right here.
Yeah.
Because he was like, bitch, I wore it better. And he did.
We're out of our minds. Step out into the sunset.
Okay. Now, this is something that the dear Chuck here, Mr. Duransfield,
well, I kind of liked it, even though I did say it looked like a car that had been parked under a tree in bloom. And yeah, we've all had that happen to our cars.
It's a car that's parked on a street that's still being paved over with tar, because it looks like she rolled around in the tar with a mariachi band that was playing for a quinceañera, and all the pink petals fell all over her, got slashed into bits and bobs, and we don't know if it's a dress, if it's a tuxedo, if she's going to be going into the pool later with this little, with her little crop top going on.
You did point out that there are insects on her dress.
And there are insects. She's got cucarachas. She's got, again, we're going with the
cooties.
whole she might have cooties here, but she's going with the whole mariachi theme. And then why, again, it's like it's the one of the mariachi's tuxedo, like she has, whoa, wow, we're getting wild there.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, literally at the top, she's wearing it's like the tie. I mean, I'm loving how fierce her shaved head is, and we talked about how I met her, and we're talking about how amazing she is as a singer.
Great talent. Yeah.
Even her eyes, her eyelashes look like insects. So
well, maybe that was intentional. Maybe that was part of the theme.
I think for her, the way her look works for me is if you just kind of cut it off there. She rocked it. Slay girl, slay.
So she should just be she should be in disembodied head, you're saying. Is her outfit that bad?
Yes!
That she should be beheaded because of her bad couture?
In theory.
And here
not in actuality.
And here we have the toilet paper hat, which I also said looked like one of those things they make women wear at a bridal shower.
Yes, and it reminded me of Bridesmaids, and we were talking about Kristen Wiig and Maya Rudolph. And
Maya Rudolph having diarrhea in a $20,000 wedding dress,
most likely
looking like
clean it up after. Like a dying swan.
A dying swan in the parking lot. Now that's good. Yes, you could use the hat to clean it up afterwards. That's very good.
And then the interlopers who crashed the party.
Yes,
the carpets match the drapes.
Yes,
here.
I know. I'm just looking at those exposed bushes there, and but on all that greenery. But I did point out in the next picture my opinion, the best dressed, and a genuine celebrity, the mean apple tree from the Wizard of Oz, wore it better than anybody. You say my apples are no good,
Yeah, we definitely went to Oz with all this the crazy LSD colors mixed with the rabbit hole.
Yeah, but the mean apple tree just really nailed it, got it right. And you know who designed that? In all seriousness, the great costume designer Adrian. And if you know Adrian, he did clothes for Joan Crawford, Greta Garbo, Betty Davis. He was like one of the greatest designers of the 1930s in Hollywood. So yes, that is literally an Adrian costume there.
So yeah, we're kind of narrowing it down to the best and also maybe the worst, like Reynolds Wrap gone wild.
Yes, you can get television reception with that dress.
Yeah, I've had to kind of show it.
You
to
can
you
bake
like
potatoes.
She is a baked potato in this dress, not because of her body size, but just because she would work well with that cream from earlier, all that little
butter and chives,
sour cream from the first dress, and the seeds that have been sown on the other dresses. So speaking of the nature, nature fecundity, that gets us to the last dress, which is if it's so
that
bad.
dress certainly kept her nice and fresh.
Yeah, you tear it off and you join the orgy after, because that seems like the point here.
Tear off a sheet at a time of Reynolds Wrap.
Oh Lord, what did you do, Michelle? But yeah, I'm trying to do this so you could see that it's Reynolds Wrap. And that she's wearing a very cheap watch to
And also, what does Reynolds Wrap have to do with the Garden of Time?
That it's ruining the Garden of Time, that we are leading toward disaster in terms of
wrapping flowers up in tinfoil. I don't know what
the end of
I think that's just
the end of time because of climate change.
She decided to do her own thing. I think her one compromise was to wear the green watch band to have something to do with the garden. Oh, I've got it. She's the scarecrow in the garden. Okay.
And also the Tin Man wore it better.
The Tin Man definitely wore it better. And that was an Adrian costume also. And then here's the dress we agree is beautiful.
Actually, beautiful couture.
But we also agree she looks, from the look on her face and that stance, she just passed gas walking up the red carpet, and she's going, nobody knows. But as you pointed out, Ross knows. Ross knows. Oh, look, he knew. Look at that face. I got whiff of it. I got wind of it.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, Joan wore it better in terms of plastic surgery. Sorry.
Yes, I know.
I don't know.
I mean,
it's scary. I don't know. I'm getting to that age. I might need some, and it's like I might end up looking just like this lady.
Come on, how much filler does she have in her lips? I mean, whoa!
Enough to stuff those dresses like the men will later in their orgy.
And we talk about being here in LA and all the people we encounter, and celebrities and non-celebrities. Where I worked and where she worked at one time, I saw up close and in person really horrible plastic surgery, and I saw the Botox and the filler. I saw it up close, and folks, it's not a pretty sight. It isn't.
And it's heartbreaking, It's like, why can't we just age?
Well, it's just that a lot, in all seriousness, and I'd see men who would do this too, and I would do it too. And when I would see it, I would think you'd look so much better, your natural face, because it doesn't make you look younger. It never
look at it. I think Bill Burr said it's like you're some age between 52 and 53. We just don't know what that age is yet.
Yes, thank you.
It doesn't look like you're younger.
I was actually talking to a man. He used to be the head writer on a TV show and was involved in casting. And he said that they would get these women, sometimes men, coming in to audition who had all this work done on their faces. And he said they were basically uncastable. He said, what are you going to cast them as? As an alien from another planet or a Beverly Hills housewife who's had too much plastic surgery? He said, what else can you
Lizard King
do? But they are under the delusion. They look prettier. They look younger. No.
I mean, at the end of the day,
it doesn't.
Yeah, you do what you need to do.
It's your right to do what you want to do to your face.
It's hard to see it really, because we see this all the time. It's really hard to see and handle. But the good news is that, as with anything, plastic surgery is improving, and there are also a lot of new technologies to help with the face and the neck and décolletage. What is it called? That area, like red light therapy,
turkey neck,
so there are a lot of new technologies that are actually way less invasive, and
she's been invaded a few too many times.
And it looks like she's being invaded right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, who knows what's under? We'll show that dress again. Yes, there's room under that dress for invasion. I mean,
hopefully it's a dildo and not another plastic surgeon's knife. With that said, here is the bullet with
the butterfly flowers and bullet holes.
Butterfly with bullet hole wings. That's a little shout out to Smashing Pumpkins 90s reference. But yeah, the bloody portals of pus.
And we basically we agreed the only good part of that outfit is like the leotard thing take away the skirt, take away the awful hat.
And then she's ready for a pool party and
Yeah.
not for the Met Gala.
Yes,
So,
exactly. She could get that at Target or something. And maybe she did. And
absolutely.
then that's the vomit of Technicolor.
Yeah. The Bolshevik Revolution in a dress. Yeah, let's yeah, where's the guillotine, folks? Because honestly, and not because we don't want this beautiful lady's head cut off, it's because she's gonna cut someone else's fucking head off for making her wear this monstrosity.
Yeah.
This horror show of Technicolor, of the stylist who was on LSD and the vodka and the gummies and the mushrooms and the MDMA and the heroin, all those poppies we're talking about, all at once from the last dress.
Yeah.
He was eating the blood pus flowers from the last dress. And came up with this anal cavity of a hat and these Bolshevik Revolution boots, and went down the rabbit hole again with the Queen of Hearts,
Queen of Farts,
the Queen of Farts, and yeah, like the Nutcracker threw up, to quote Pomona remembers, aka
the Nutcracker
Pamela.
threw up.
Oh my God, and yeah. And then we've got another
another Rose Bowl parade float
gone wrong.
Yes, gone very wrong. Yeah. Situated somewhere between two high school marching bands.
Yeah,
and that was after the parade.
Yeah, because she's high on something that isn't.
Yes, I'm sure she invited all those high schoolers to come join her afterwards.
And rapture from wearing this dress. It's probably the cum show from the boys that are.
Oh dear Lord!
She's in between at
the look
after party.
And the look on her face.
Know. She's like, woo! Again, she's jealous because Elmo here, right? Elmo's beard wore it better, right? We shaved his coat and he's doing better on that lady behind. Yeah. But then we get to this. So we're recapping because we got to know what's worst and what's best for couture and what's the worst.
We're only on an hour and 20 minutes right now, but anyway.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we're doing a very long recap.
Yeah, but
so maybe we'll start wrapping it up.
Okay, and then oh dear Lord,
right? The Catherine the Great horse love story.
Yeah, well that definitely looks like a shower curtain and what you said, grandma's comforter.
Yeah, absolutely, grandma's duvet, and then the hair. She's trying to drop it down for Prince Charming to come crawl up her tower to save her from this mess. And this is when we realize, oh yeah, you wear the worst thing ever so that it can get torn off of you, burn. Yeah, crawl up her tower, and tear it off, burn it up, and then that's what they're doing actually in the Met Gala behind the big bonfire. Nothing to see here.
Oh, nothing to see. Oh, like really? This, nothing to see here. Here, trick or treat.
I know. Yeah, the trick or treat. He just missing his little pumpkin plastic container, and we got the as Pomona said, the blueberry kid and Charlie in the Chocolate Factory who wore it best here. The little green kid. Oh yeah. Doing he just said Dan Dan set gay culture back definitely a couple decades with this look.
Please, they were dressing better than that 2 decades ago.
He lost maybe he set us back 50 years. He lost his gay card
and then here for at least and of course here we have grandma's quilt,
where they had to dry clean out all the pee stains from the cats in grandma's attic. And then Morticia, who's in mourning over the fact that she has to stand next to this monster.
Yes. And then
that they literally sewed backstage. And
then the
Chuck's
best for last. I saw that and it was like looking at a train wreck where you're horrified, but you can't take your eyes off of it either.
Yeah.
And it's like, where do I even start with this?
I mean, it goes back to
where do I start?
Urine yellow and to toilet covers.
Seat lid covers, bath mats, in Tweety Bird yellow acrylic,
and Big Bird
pulled down the shower curtain like Scarlett O'Hara and made a frock out of it. And I mean, she made a frock of that outfit. It's just like, do you think she did that herself, or do you think that a stylist put that together for her?
I think they put their heads together.
I guess, and up their asses, but I mean, it's just
came up with this.
But it's just, I mean, would you wear something like that to a $75,000 a ticket event.
Only if I got to tear it off and in a bonfire of glory engage that
Yeah.
orgy. And to that end, because we're gonna need to start wrapping it up here, folks, for y'all.
I think we probably lost all our viewers.
But we'll
now
definitely
anyway.
send. We'll probably make some clips out of all this.
Oh my God! You mean we got to edit this crap?
Some of our best moments.
Oh dear God!
For y'all, some little
Okay.
snippets for the.
Now, you're sure you don't have anything else to say about
some
that?
Snippets for
Because
the
come
shorts.
on, this is just so rich with material, and I'm not talking about the fabric she's wearing.
Yeah, rich and number 1 and 2.
I mean, Joan Rivers herself would come out of her grave just for one night, just so she could do commentary on this frock. I'm sure you don't have anything else you want to say about it.
Yeah, Joan would say she's on my cake right now in hell. She looks like one of those little figurines you put on top of a cake.
Figurines.
Because in hell we have those figurines on top of toilets.
Yes.
And she just joined me to say, hey.
Hey, yeah. So I mean, it looks like she's got a little bit of a Wonder Woman thing going on too underneath that. It's like you expect her to throw that robe off and be dressed like Wonder Woman and smack her bracelets together and start spinning around.
Well, you know, Wonder Woman is based on the actual story of Professor Marsden, and who with his partner, they created the lie detector test. They're scientists, and then they got involved with this woman in a threesome, in a throuple. And they ended up basically informally, because they couldn't quite get married at the time. I think you still can't quite get married at the time, at this time, when it's 2 women and 1 man, but they were all very much invested in BDSM, and Wonder Woman is a BDSM character, a bondage character. Yeah. So Professor Marsden.
Bondage. I would have thought she'd have been a dom.
Yeah. So yeah, with her whips and her.
Yeah, exactly.
But interestingly, yeah. So this is all captured in the movie Professor Marsden and the Wonder Woman, and I went to a really amazing Q&A at the DGA during it's a I think it happens during Pride Month, but it's a like a LGBTQ plus film festival, and it was extraordinary to hear the whole story about that, because that's, at the end of the day, these are acts of masochism and sadism. All of these dresses.
Oh God, are they ever?
Long story short, there's our punchline.
Are they ever?
Without further ado, all right.
I think we
Chuck's,
have covered everything.
Yeah.
We've been on almost an hour now.
I know, but without further ado, therefore, after all of this, after it's all been said and done, what is Chuck's worst, aka best of the night for the worst couture? And I'm pretty sure this is what it is for Chuck.
That's my choice. Now, do you have a choice for the worst?
For me,
the worst or the worst. Well, no, I have to say I agree with you there. That's a close.
I think second. The worst of the worst is Catherine the Great's horse lover.
Oh,
and that we do need to give this girl cry for help and crawl up her tower and save her from herself.
Dear Lord.
I mean, that's, Dan coming close, but I mean, I don't mind some lobby in my life, so I'm gonna give him a pass on that.
Yeah, well, I think also the alien eyes coming from her chest.
Yeah, it's
the heart center.
Yeah. Again, grandma's duvet cover. And her look of like, yeah, I nailed it.
Yes, I
need to nail her to a cross and crucify her for this. Actually,
dress here. I have the best, and yes, and look at her attitude. That snarky look on her face, like she owns it. She knows it, at least in her own figment of imagination, that she's the best dressed there.
No, she's got that cackle of the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yes.
I'll get you my pretties and your little dog too.
So,
and of course, the best couture. We're gonna chop off her head, poor thing. But this dress definitely was
that dress that hides a multitude of sins. Who knows,
including
what she's
her
got
plastic
under there.
surgeon sins.
Yeah,
which gives her permanent I just farted look.
It just occurred to me.
What's that?
Because the tickets are $75,000. It's very hard to get tickets. She could probably smuggle at least 10 people in under that dress. Think about it. She's probably got all these people crawling around under the dress.
We finally found out where the 7 dwarves went.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
It's kind of like putting the kids in the trunk of the car so you can go in the drive-in. People old enough to remember drive-in movies. Yeah.
Yeah. and then
of course Ross Matthews.
and of course the sort of follow-up consolation prize runner-up goes to Ross Matthews.
Yes, I got wind of it.
Best dress, best look of the night, best
Well, he is
understanding what is going on.
In accordance with the theme of the night, he is wearing Miracle Grow green, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah.
And caught wind of what she was up to and the rest of them as she was
up to
farting, and the rest were pooping their pants to manure their gorgeous gowns.
Manure their gowns.
As nature and the Garden of Time intended, at a time that we hope we have lost and forgotten until next year, when the Met Gala comes back in its full horror and glory.
Oh my God, maybe next year we'll be rich and famous enough that we'll be there
wearing our worst.
Well, of course,
because we're gonna have to burn it up and then join them in all.
Well, but isn't that what you do with mulch and leaves? You in the garden, so that's very appropriate. Yeah,
and we'll recycle and upcycle, maybe even some of our own material.
Of course, we don't know what the theme. We don't know what the theme is going to be next year.
Yeah.
You want to take a stab at what the theme of the Met Gala will be next year?
Well, the first thing that came to mind was more Metropolis or something futuristic, like hearkening to the past backwards as much as going forward. So, which is kind of the general theme of the Met. They're going backwards as much as they're going forwards with every dress they're picking.
I think they should do something around Goodwill and thrift stores. Like, what's a theme around a thrift store? Goodwill. That way everybody can just go and
cobwebs and couture.
Yeah, and wear the most awful thrift store stuff with
mice turds.
Like they're not doing it already, but they have a legitimate reason.
Scat and bats
and bats
and this look from Ross Matthews. It says it all every year. Ross said it best. All right, folks.
Scats and bats. Well, anyway, we have been on for an hour and a half, so I'm going to sign off right now. I am going to thank you, please, to like and subscribe to my channel, Chuck's Captivating Chronicles, where I have lots of videos about old Hollywood. I love Lucille Ball live streams, and usually they're a lot more tasteful than what you see right here. So don't let this dismay you. And my dear, is there anything you would like to promote?
Well, don't forget to hit also the little bell icon for
like and subscribe, and
you want to like the video,
comment or
subscribe,
not comment.
Let us know. No, please, we want to know what your favorite or dress as it was, maybe couture wise, and also the worst dress.
We would love your comments.
Love
actually,
to know what
lots of comments. Do you agree with us?
Yeah. Where do you disagree? What was the most tasteful? What was the least tasteful thing we said?
I don't think there was anything tasteful there. Anything.
No, that we.
Even that dress you liked is kind of borderline. Come on, tasteful, please.
No, what we said or didn't say. No. What was our worst comment? What was our best comment? What was the most crass? What was the least? No.
Well, I think we already know that, but anyway.
Yeah, no, we'd love to hear from you. And yeah, I am the Sacred Spheres, THE, Sacred, SACRED, SPHERES,
MOUSE.
Yeah, the Sacred Spheres. So that's YouTube, that's Instagram, that's my website, that's my email address at Gmail, literally the Sacred Spheres at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Drop me a line. I'd love to hear from you. And there are a lot of other Instagram accounts I have, and so on and so forth, and things I'm doing, and books I'm writing, and people I'm dating, and things I'm seeing, and I don't even know what I'm saying right now anymore. But
yeah,
I love you all. You are
we love
loved.
you.
We love doing this. We
love doing this.
We have a lot of playing in the sandbox.
Fun.
Of naughtiness.
We played in the sandbox today. We had our shovels and our pails, and
we had a lot of gemstones and diarrhea. And I think, again, Ross says it best. So
Ross says it best.
Thank you for joining us.
That is an expression that just says gemstones and diarrhea. And anyway, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you. Bye. See you next week. In fact, she's going to be my guest next week. If you saw the one we did last week, we pre-recorded a show on one of our walks. We pre-recorded a part 2. So I guess here I am admitting to you, next week's live stream is actually going to be
it's
recorded, but it's going to be her and me.
Yeah.
And
on location in Los Feliz.
Yes, in Los Feliz.
A lot of Hollywood stuff there.
Lots of cool fun stuff. Yeah.
You're in for a surprise.
Okay. So we're going to say goodbye for right now.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye. I'm going to hit
See you
the in-stream button here. Bye. Thank you for joining us.